If Steam isn't loading, you can't log in, or your games just won't launch right now. Don't worry, you're definitely not the only one. And more importantly, this is probably not your fault. Right now, there's a massive spike in outage reports, and in this video, I'm gonna walk you through exactly what's happening, how to confirm it, what you should not do, because a lot of people make mistakes here, and what actually helps while Steam is down. So first, let's confirm what's going on. If you go to an outage tracking site like Down Detector and search for Steam, you'll notice something really important. There's a sudden sharp spike in reports, jumping into the thousands in a very short amount of time. When you see a spike like that, especially when the baseline is normally almost zero, it's a strong sign that this is a server-side issue, not something wrong with your PC, your internet, or your account. And if you look closer at the reports, most users are experiencing server connection issues, followed by login problems and gameplay issues. That pattern tells us this is very likely a Steam backend or server outage. Now let's talk about what people are actually experiencing, because this helps confirm it even further. You might be seeing things like Steam not opening at all, or getting stuck on login. Maybe your friends list isn't loading, your library isn't syncing, or your games just won't launch. In some cases, online games connected through Steam aren't working either. And here's something really important. Now, when this happens, a lot of people start trying random fixes over and over again. And that can actually make things worse or waste a lot of time. So let's quickly go over what you should try, and more importantly, what you should avoid. First, if you want to rule out local issues, do this once. Fully close Steam. Don't just click the X. Actually exit it from the system tray so it's completely shut down. Then restart your PC. Once your system is back on, open Steam again just once and see if anything changes. If it still doesn't work, stop there. Don't keep restarting over and over. Next, check your internet connection. Switch between Wi-Fi and Ethernet if you can. If you're on Wi-Fi, even just moving closer to your router can help rule things out. Also, if you're using a VPN, turn it off. Steam can sometimes struggle with VPN connections, especially during outages when servers are already unstable. Now, here's the key part. If you're still seeing connection errors, login failures, or Steam not loading after those steps, then you've basically confirmed this is not on your end. And this is where a lot of people go wrong. They start reinstalling Steam, they verify game files repeatedly, they try logging in over and over again. None of that is going to fix a server outage. In fact, repeatedly trying to log in can sometimes lock you out temporarily or slow things down even more. So what should you do instead? Honestly, the best move here is to wait. Steam outages like this usually get resolved pretty quickly. Sometimes it's 15 to 30 minutes, sometimes a couple of hours depending on what's causing the issue. You can keep an eye on updates by checking Steam's official status pages, community forums, or just watching outage trackers to see when reports start dropping again. And here's a good tip. Once you see reports going down and people saying it's working again, don't jump in immediately. Give it a few extra minutes for things to stabilize. Then go ahead and open Steam again. If it still doesn't work at that point, restart your PC one more time, make sure Steam is fully updated, and try again. Most of the time, everything should be back to normal by then. So just to quickly recap, if Steam isn't working and there's a huge spike in reports, it's a server issue. Restart once to rule out local problems. And while you're waiting, there are actually a few useful things you can do so you're ready the moment Steam starts working again, and also avoid running into problems afterward. First, it's a good idea to check if any of your games require updates. Even though Steam might not fully load right now, once it comes back online, queued updates can sometimes slow things down or cause launch issues. So when Steam starts responding again, give it a moment to finish syncing everything before launching a game. Another thing to keep in mind is cloud sync. When Steam goes down, sometimes your cloud saves don't sync properly. So when everything comes back online, just double check that your saves are up to date before jumping into a game, especially if you play across multiple devices. You can also use this time to make sure your system itself is running smoothly. Close any unnecessary background apps, especially anything that might interfere with network performance, like bandwidth-heavy downloads or other launchers running in the background. Now, something else a lot of people don't realize is that not all Steam outages affect everything equally. Sometimes the store works, but login doesn't. Sometimes your library loads, but online features don't. And sometimes it's only certain regions that are affected. So if Steam starts partially working again, don't assume everything is fully fixed yet. If something still feels off, it's probably just the server stabilizing. Another quick tip, if you're trying to play offline games, you might still be able to use Steam's offline mode once you're logged in. in. But during a login outage, that option isn't always available right away, so it depends on whether you were already signed in before the issue started. Also, if you're someone who trades, uses the marketplace, or handles transactions on Steam, it's best to avoid doing anything like that until the outage is fully resolved. Server instability can sometimes delay or glitch transactions. Now, let's talk about something important for future outages. If this happens again, and it definitely will at some point, the fastest way to know what's going on is not trial and error. It's checking outage spikes and patterns. If you see a massive spike like this one, you instantly know it's not worth troubleshooting for 30 minutes. You save time by recognizing the pattern early. That alone can save you a lot of frustration. And one final thing, when Steam comes back online, don't rush to jump in immediately if everyone else is doing the same. That sudden surge of players can sometimes cause temporary slowdowns again. Waiting just a few extra minutes can actually give you a smoother experience.